Good morning, you wonderful wasteland mutants. It's me, Joel Clark, publisher of Lone Wolf Fists. Woo, it's been a month. Alright, it's been about a month since we released. I've been kind of quiet. I have not been doing much behind the scenes aside from recovering. Pushing out the PDF actually took a lot out of me. That was the same week I was doing a lot of dieting. And unfortunately, I gave myself a vitamin D deficiency, which this time of year in Alaska is not a thing you want to have happen. So I have been down but not out. Absorbing feedback and that sort of thing from the PDF. I've got a lot of eyes on it now, which has been nice. It's actually been battle tested pretty frequently, so the whole rule set is getting used, so that's nice. Yeah, I've just been kind of taking it easy and recovering. I was really close to burnout whenever I was pushing it out to release it. It was actually a lot of effort. And now I'm taking a little bit more of a backseat. We still have some more stuff I want to do. I really do want to get the actual hardback release at the end of the year, and I want to update this version with the remaining stuff that needs to get in it and the updates, the little rule tweaks here and there. Thankfully, there's nothing gigantic in it. It's just kind of time consuming, and I haven't really found time and energy for it yet. Eating red beans and rice to get back to my normal hale self. But yeah, I've just been pacing myself with it. I am sorry for the delays. I don't like delaying things. I know how impatient you guys are to play the game. I agree. Today I'm going to spend about an hour monkeying with the formatting and seeing if I can get it looking really nice so it would look really good as a hardback. The margins are a little short, and I'm going to see if I can't just take the whole document and format it. It's a big ask for my shitty computer. It might work, or it might fail, and I may have to break it up into smaller documents and individually change each little section. We'll find a way to do it. That's what I'm saying here. But yeah, there's a few little updates I want to put in it. I want to do that, and then we should be ready to go. I don't have an ETA for any of that stuff. Let me see, the 12th today? I really wanted to have this further along right about now. I would have liked to have begun, or had this done about now or next week. That's what I'd like to do. I don't know how realistic that is. I don't really have a good bead for how long that's going to take, and I don't have a good bead for my energy level because of the whole vitamin D thing. I've been kind of up and down, and here in the land of the midnight sun, we just got completely fucked with snow, so I've had a lot of energy funneled out towards just stuff I'm usually able to do really easily, like driving to work. So that's been challenging. But yeah, this next week or two, that's going to be working on. I've also had some side projects that have clamored for my attention. I wanted to run my own game. I'm running a Call of Cthulhu game now, and I need to learn a new system for that. I needed to prep a scenario, all that stuff. And it's been a while. It's been a while since I seriously did any of that. And so there were some rusty gears in there. I had to kind of I'm really happy with how that's running. I ran it last Thursday. It worked really well. That was nice. It was a little time consuming. More time consuming than I had a portion for. I was working with the guy who does the Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland. I pitched an idea to him, and he was really excited about it. So I spent a little bit of time just kind of thinking about that and working on it. I didn't do that to neglect you guys. I just did that because it's just part of my creative process. I got to take a break from what I'm working on and work on something else for a while. It just kind of recharges my batteries. I've got another project with Nate Marcel. He liked an old post on my blog about goblins, and so he did a whole bunch of goblin art, and he wanted to do something with it, so something might happen there. But yeah, I've got a bunch of little side projects that always eventually clamor for my interest, and I've been just trying to take care of myself. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I've just been kind of taking it easy. I was really close to burnout, and right after we got it out, I did a lot of advertisement and a lot of push, and we got it up to a bronze bestseller, and it seems to be stuck in the algorithm now. I'm hoping there'll be another spike. We can get it to Electrum or Silver or something whenever we release the hardback. We'll see. I also wouldn't mind getting a press release together. I need to get my act together a little more, be a little more organized. I sent it to a lot of people, and I was hoping for a little more excitement about it. There's been a lot of good, quiet, personal feedback to me, and very little in the way of reviews materializing. So I think I need to be... I don't know, I need to come at that again, maybe? I don't know. It would be nice to get more eyes on it, because I think there's the potential for this game to have a way bigger audience than it currently has, and it's not like it has a small audience. In terms of like little indie RPGs, it's really not doing too bad. Over 100 confirmed sales is, or over 50 confirmed sales. We're not quite at 100 yet, but over 50 confirmed sales. It's pretty damn good. We sold out a bit because it's not anywhere near the front page of DTRPG anymore. And my methods of advertising proved to be woefully inadequate, which was tragic. I have no idea who's messaging me. It's probably the kids' school district telling me their school's out today, which is going to be another wrinkle. Red beans, so good for you. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure you guys were staying in the loop. I'm going to put this on the Patreon and the Kickstarter and all that stuff. I'm going to see what progress I can make today. Like I said, I got about an hour to mess with it. And it might be a real easy thing. I've honestly just kind of let it sit there. I'm worried about crashing either the file that supports it right now, which is my original file, or the computer when I try to reformat it, because it's a big ass. The thing sounds like, my computer sounds like it's about like a jet engine that's about to take off. So I'm going to give it a whirl, and we'll see what happens. And if it's one and done, awesome. It'll probably just mean, ideally, what that'll mean is that I just increase all the margins, and there'll just be a little bit of changes to layout here and there to make it cozy. And I'll probably just use that same file to do all the updates and use that for version 1.2. So that'll be the final version of the PDF, hopefully. Fingers crossed on this. Unless I get a bunch of really critical feedback, I'm just going to leave any minor errors in after this next push. And then if that's A-okay, then it'll be POD, and I'm just going to get the returns to the POD, and if it looks good to me, out it goes, and then we're golden. And that's the Kickstarter. Yay! After that, in the horizon, I don't know. I've been talking to David about what he wants to do this next year. No real ideas yet. Lone Wolf Fist took longer to put out than I had anticipated. I'm over a year behind schedule from my over 6 months behind schedule where I started the Kickstarter and then had to restart it. So we went a little over time budget on this one. Mind you, a lot happened, you know? Like, I'm in Alaska now. Like, I went all the way through a divorce. Like, a lot of stupid drama happened that really bloated this project unnecessarily. And I don't know what I want to do next, exactly. I would really like to make a lot more stuff for Lone Wolf Fist, but also, like, I don't want to fight uphill with my publishing program anymore. I'm getting really sick of working with it. It's really, like, frustrating. So it'd be really nice to have someone that could just do the layout, you know? Because I like designing these things, and I like writing them, and I like a little bit of the layout, the early stages of the layout. I don't like editing, I don't like tech editing, and I don't like doing the final stages of the layout, because A, I'm not good at it, and B, like, it's just tedious to me. Like, I want to be making something. That's my skill set, not polishing something. That is not my skill set. So yeah, I would like to make more stuff for just adventures and things like that, just to give you guys an idea of, like, you know, have some goodies to play with. I initially thought I was going to make them all for free. I don't know. If they're going to have art and look nice, I should probably charge something for them. Maybe. I've got a lot of art assets sitting around, but I've also got a hungry artist who needs work. So I wouldn't mind giving him more stuff to do. The other thing is All Above Heaven, which is like the big project everyone's really excited about. It is an undertaking. We have a chassis in Lone Wolf Fist, which is good. But like, I wouldn't mind having several months to a year worth of a lot of people playtesting Lone Wolf Fist and a lot of high quality feedback. I wouldn't mind doing an extended in-house playtest with Lone Wolf Fist and getting people up to the higher echelons of the degrees. I could probably do it in a year. I think I designed it to take about 2 years. I could just double the XP rewards and get them about the same place at the same time. But I wouldn't mind actually having a whole year with the same cast of people, you know, doing more or less the same characters. Ideally the same characters. They might die and have to swap them out, but, you know, close to the same characters. I'd like to see what it feels like, the different levels. I'd like to see what different kinds of combats feel like. I'd like to see how the organic environment of playing the game works on a long term. Because, like, I feel like any really great role-playing game has to work long term. You can't just do it for, like, 3 months. Like, you have to be able to do a year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. You know, you need to be able to go the distance. And I feel like I capped the power level here at a place where you could go the distance. And it finds a way to kind of balance itself. But the power scale gets way, way upped and all above heaven. And I don't want that to be purely cosmetic. You guys know me. It's not how I roll. So, yeah. An early concept for this was doing the exact same kind of power capping and scale, but just put the scale at a cosmic level. Where, like, instead of having a tract that you own, you have a planet or a star system that you own. You know? That might work, you know. If I do it in a tiered way, that might be the best idea, where it's like, here's where you own a planet, and here's where you own a star system, and here's where you own, like, you know, a quadrant of a galaxy. Just, like leap it up like that. Because that way each one has its own tiering, like, system, and then you have, like, these breakout powers that kind of edge up to that next tier. And, I mean, that could work. It's a bit. It's a bit. And I feel like the sheer amount of stuff you could then randomly go do, like, this is such an increase of the I can move anywhere problem that I have with Lone Wolf Fist, where it's like, okay, I haven't prepped a world's worth of stuff, therefore being able to move anywhere on the whole planet whenever you want to is kind of an issue. Well, imagine if that was, instead of like one planet, imagine if that was every planet in the 100 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Like, that's yeah, that's more than I can make random charts for. It's a bit much. Beans. Anyway, that's enough jabbering for now. You guys get the basic idea. I'm going to work with this thing, and I'm going to contact you all later. Hopefully with a lot of really good news. Talk to you then.